Hello everyone, in this video we talk about home defense shotguns. Now, this is my latest pickup, being the Keltec KS7. This, to me, is still an unproven platform. I have not put any shells through it, so it's not my pick at the moment. I would go with the semi-auto 12 gauge. This is chambered for 3-inch shells, so I can shoot some 3-inch Magnum, or just, 4-buck, double-aught buck, what have you. And the idea is, this is something I put shell through. It's proven. Semi-auto, not a pick if you haven't put shells through. If not the perfect option out there. Like, I have no problem recommending cheap pump actions, but, they have their drawbacks as far as, a follow-up shot. Not as fast as a semi-auto. And with this, recoil is a bit, let's say, it's reduced, yeah, and a bit nicer, softer on the shoulders. So you can certainly put a lot of slugs or buckshot.
So if you panic and you just want to throw lead,
you can throw a lot of lead with this very quickly with a pump action. Which I have some shotguns here just to show, and this is not like me recommending to you. It's just it's just a conversation. What's your opinion? Would you run a pump or a semi-auto, or what do you have in mind?
If I was going for a defensive/offensive shotgun, I would either go with a Mossberg 590A1 or a Benelli M4 or the Beretta 1301, which 2 of those are semi-auto, 1 of them is pump. And I didn't mention the Remington 870 because currently Remington has gone down the crapper. And
quality control
is pretty much entirely abandoned.
Quality control is certainly down with Remington in general, and
in the past,
even the company's ownership is up in the air at the moment. I'm not super in tune with that, but I still don't have a problem recommending 870. As far as the fit and finish of the Remington 870s has gone down. I have picked up a Remington in the past year that was already rusting when I got it new, so this certainly has issues. But as far as it functioning, I think 870 is still a good option. There are cheaper shotguns out there, for for a cheap pump action.
For a cheaper pump action, I would definitely go with the Winchester 1300, the Stevens Defender.
Which Winchester, I have it set up for birds and clay and just deer in mind.
But you can literally get a billion different barrels.
They have, and then with this, again, I'm not an extremely expert in all the models, but Winchester has a Defender, which the barrel is not interchangeable with these in Defender, but they do offer a shorter barrel of 1300, and they are a bit pricey. For the barrel itself being $250, for $250 you can go pick yourself up a Stevenson shotgun, which I have gotten a chance to shoot other friends' shotguns, and they swear by them, and I've never owned one, but gotten a chance to shoot a few of them, and from all accounts, just a nice pump action for $250 or less. Even in these times where demand is very high and the costs of the price of them has been going up. But yeah,
which that is something to be said about a pump action. Since you are manually operating the firearm, it's just like with the lever action 22 or lever actions in general, really.
Yeah.
Since you remove the action is generally more reliable. It takes a lot more to really gunk it up and mess up that stroke.
Which again, with talking about a gas system, there are many different ones out there. I have a Remington 1100. That is strictly for clays. I haven't even taken to shoot birds because I'd have the extended magazine on there. But I have had issues with it as far as reliability in the past when it gets dirty. And even after cleaning, I like to put some shells through to make sure it's cycling fine. And for clays, it's not a big deal. But if I'm depending my life on it, I wouldn't want, that's not the time to see if it works or not.
Yeah, that uses a gas ring system.
Yes.
But the reason I brought up the Beretta and the Benelli, and there's even the Franchi and what's that other higher end one?
This is just
the reason I brought up those is they use a sort of a short stroke gas piston system, which it taps the gas basically right after the shell, and then it forces it down into the piston, and that's what cycles it. And those are proven, reliable designs that have been out and used by law enforcement and the military for years. And you don't need to worry about those. His Remington 1100 has a reputation, and obviously has...
Well, it's my dad rarely cleans his. He cleans his just to the point, I don't want it to rust. And he's never had issues with it, never changed the ring, and we're talking like decades at this point. Mine I've had for like just this summer, and I took it, shot like 200 shells through it, took it again, no issue. And then they was like, oh, it gave me issues. I cleaned it both times, but it just gave me issues when it was like squeaky clean. I changed the ring, it ran fine, and it was like, well, I guess it was the ring then.
And when it comes to like a disposable piece on your firearm that allows it to work, that's something I just don't trust in general.
Yeah, yeah. And
But-
with this is more like an inertial system, and it's just
So
if I'm having a heavy
really
load,
light loads like
yeah,
birdshot,
mhm.
not so much.
But slugs, double out buck should be fine. Again, it's all, whatever works best for you, and the idea is you need to go out and find what works for you. This is just like us rambling here, but like as far as like
Give
us,
me ideas.
us
just
talking to
about
you,
stuff.
yeah. And what this presents is just a more compact package that's not essentially what I had in mind. I didn't buy it with until like this is my new home defense setup, but no, I was like, this is a cool idea. Let's see if it works.
Which this still holds 7
Yep,
2 and 3/4, and then one in the
same
chamber, so
capacity.
8.
So I'll
and
put
that
this
also
on.
holds.
This is on the floor now. See
Yeah.
here? Oh, this is a bad idea. All right, now I'll put it on the chair. This is on the chair. This is on the chair. So this has like over a foot of difference.
Like it's
Same
nearly
capacity.
like perfectly half.
Yes. So going around a doorway or just whatever.
Going through your house.
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
whatever.
This would be ideal size, without really giving away length of pull. And we're talking like not even an inch of difference for length of pull, and just same capacity, pretty much same barrel length. I think this one even has like half an inch longer barrel than this here.
Which is something that you get out of the bullpup design.
Yeah.
Obviously, this
that's
one
the-
again still hasn't been proven to you yet, and I honestly haven't seen like a whole lot of videos about this. This is more or less new to me.
It's been around for a year, right? And there have been people that I've watched on YouTube who have put shells through it, but that's not my experience with this one, because this is not essentially like mass producing crazy amounts, but the quality control could be lacking in this one. Who's to say?
'Cause Keltec
Yeah,
kind of does that
and it's
sometimes.
not just Celtic themselves. I would say that about anything, even a Glock. I would say go put rounds through it. Don't just go based on the brand. You need to put rounds through it, and that's not just for ball ammo. That's also for the hollow points you'll be using for 9. And same thing with this. I don't want to just try it with 2 3/4 and be like, oh yeah, these worked fine,
And then you try and put in like
a
3-inch shells. and it
3-inch
doesn't
shell,
work.
and then it jams up or it has whatever issue.
Or it constantly gets like stuck
I don't want to
shells.
have that issue when I need it most. That's the idea, but it's just presenting different ideas here. As far as like the with the manual action on paper, in theory, more reliability than a semi-auto. Semi-auto just recoil, so you get faster shots, more lead down range. That's kind of why I lean towards a semi-auto, because again, haven't had issue with this outside of birdshot, which will not be shooting birdshot at the would-be intruder. So yeah.
Yeah, don't use birdshot for home defense. That's a bad idea. But like any buck that you really put in there, whether it's like number 3, number 4, double-aught, triple-aught, quadruple-aught, sextuple-aught, deca-aught.
And again, it's whatever works for you. That's the idea of this video, but just presenting different ideas out there, because this is something like a year ago I would not have considered, but it being on the shelves, the price it was at, I couldn't pass it up.
Which this was like $500?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. It was like $530, I want to say. And
That ain't bad.
and there's
Which this was like $550.
yeah. So
So,
very, very similarly
Very close to each other.
Mm-hmm. But I would pick this. This is my pick at the moment, and that can change because I am more of a rifle guy. I rather have 30+1 than 6+1. But just throwing different ideas out there. But I can see myself picking this out of all the other shotguns I have, which is just me owning other cheap pump actions, which are fine. Again, fine for birds, fine for deer, fine for clays, fine for all that. But when it's home defense, you need just a solid go-to. Everything else is just extra.
And that's how I feel for pretty much the entire part as well.
So for the shotguns you own, what would you pick? Are you sticking with Savo slugs?
Oh no, for home defense? Hell no. I'm sorry, I don't need to kill the people in my neighbor's house. I would go with like a number 3 or number 4 buck, and I would probably go with either the Mossberg 500, and I intend on getting a Benelli, but it would either be the Mossberg 500 or this myself.
Okay,
So,
very good. That's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments. And thanks again for subscribing to the channel.
have a nice day.